There's something that feels very modern about that groove, and just how much empty space it leaves for the bass to really just kind of land. Like I don't hear anybody else kind of making this style of music, and maybe there's a reason for that. I'm sorry, Kate. Hi friends, editing Maiga here, and hi! As of recording this intro, it is currently March 21st, 6:50 in the morning, and little boy wants to say hi. Come here. He's like, hears me say hi to the vlog, and he's just like, I gotta jump in, I'm the star. Yes, you are the star. But hi, welcome to an experiment. This is the first time I've actually been hired. This was my first commission where I wrote a podcast jingle, and I wrote that podcast jingle for someone I really admire and love, and my hair is a mess. And that's Kate's new podcast, Making Money, Making Art.
Making money, making art. Isn't it funny how hard it is to start? Making money, making art, but you're not alone in the unknown of making money, making art.
Yeah, I wrote that little jingle, and this is the process of that. So our episode of Making Money, Making Art is coming out, I think, this week. I will put the date here. So if you want to listen to Kate's podcast, make sure to check it out in all places where you can find podcasts, Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. And in this video, I will be going through the process of writing the jingle from start to finish. So if you've ever wanted to write a podcast jingle, or if you're just curious about the process of what it takes to put one together and what I use, this is the video for you. So let's take it back in the Wayback Machine to December of 2021. Hi everyone, it is currently 6:57 a.m. on December 16th, and I'm vlogging because I have actually a very cool commission to work on, so I've decided I would take you along with me. And since this video isn't coming out until the commission piece that I'm making comes out, I can actually talk to you in detail about it while no one knows what's going on. So let me sit you down and we will talk. Now, in terms of why I vlog and stuff, having the opportunity to work with Kate Kavanaugh is pretty great for me. And like, not to fangirl on Maine, but for sure, Kate has been probably one of my biggest inspirations, and I consider her to be one of my favorite YouTubers. So having her reach out to me to write the music for her new podcast is pretty great. So as of the 16th of December, the podcast is tentatively titled Making Money, Making Art. The art of making art is putting it together. That's a Sondheim thing, not me. We've actually been emailing about this since like the 29th of October, but with NaNoWriMo, her traveling, I had some issues with my dad in November. I had my musical due on the 10th of December, and just deadlines and stuff. We have been unable to like really work on it together, but she did send me some things she wanted me to reference, and I have some ideas about kind of how I want to tackle the writing process and the things that she wants. So yesterday during my stream, I compiled what I like to call Kate's commission and broke down exactly what she wants and the ideas that I'm thinking about for the music. She wants a 10-second intro and a 2 to 3 second transition. The name of the podcast is Making Money, Making Art, which I love because as a writer and musician and songwriter, having words that rhyme like money and art, easy words, funny, hard, part, apart, just great words to rhyme. When I took notes about the 3 podcasts she mentioned in their intros, there was a playfulness. The first one, Starving Artist, was acoustic and wistful. She had a rhyme with Starving Artist to kind of set up the premise. The second one was definitely more playful and modern and upbeat. So I definitely want to give her something in the middle, something that sounds modern and upbeat, but has that sort of acoustic vibe, which is kind of what I do. And also give her intro music for underneath so that she can talk about it, sort of like background music based off the main theme for making money, making art. So ideally the vibe would be a track in which I can sing over and then also have the track sent separately, which she can use for transitions and she can use to talk over. So it's got to be loopable, it's got to be long. And the hopes also as well in the future, obviously I wish her super well, which means I also want her to have music that she can use as an outro and also as an ad. She didn't ask me for these things, but I think that giving her something that she can use from the main audio that maybe she can then use to put underneath the ads that she'll get in the future, because of course she will. I think that'll also give her a lot of kind of freedom and creativity to limit ads and all that stuff. Again, I'm a professional podcast editor, so I kind of know the music expectations as well of what they want. And a lot of professional podcasts do use just like free music on the internet, just stuff that you can get like copyright free. So hiring someone to make the music is kind of cool. I think now that I kind of have the prompt of what I want to get started, I'm going to set you up. Check in with you in a bit. The fact I haven't opened Logic in a while because I totally think this update looks amazing, but I hadn't seen it before. Tell me you've been stuck in outlining hell for a musical for literally over 4 months without telling me. Can't wait to actually start songwriting for my show. I have 31 songs for that. Before we do, Jack, little boy, look at that little boy, he is so cute. I love you. He's like, Mom, leave me alone, I'm sleeping.
Making money, making art. Isn't it funny how hard it is to start? Making money, making art, but you're not alone. Through the unknown of making money, making art.
Okay, so I have a little jingle. It's gonna be about 19 seconds as of right now. I feel like it does the thing where the lyrics of the little jingle sum up the point of the podcast, which I was like reading furiously from Kate's email. And I feel like the jingle is in major. There's a little bit of a minor spice there for like when you're not alone through the unknown. But I like it overall. It's pretty catchy, I hope. All right, time to get back to it. Hoping it's about 7:47 a.m. now, so I'm hoping to have kind of a base outline of the song maybe in about an hour, and then I gotta start laying down vocals. My very fancy, affordable Fifin mic is currently chilling over there because I was gonna put it on my keyboard there, but I think it's time to put it back where it belongs. All right, enough stalling from the creative process. Let's get back to it. Yeah. So what I wanted to go for was this kind of fun, upbeat, whimsical vibe, just a little bit chaotic, but also a little bit gentle and fun. I like the idea of just like being able to dance and groove to it. And I think I've accomplished that. And for those of you who know what's up, I don't have studio speakers. I do everything with my Sony professional dynamic stereo headphones because they're pretty neutral and they don't alter bass or anything. They're great. I've had them for about 5 years, as you can tell. They're worn quite a bit, but they're definitely worth the money if you can get them, and they're actually not that expensive. What's gonna be coming out of my MacBook speaker, which is also currently running Rhyme Zone, isn't going to be like the most optimal sound to mix and master with a DAW, hence why I have these puppies. But just I wanted to add that little note there before anybody comes for me. I know I need some studio speakers, okay? So I did first start writing on electric piano, but it wasn't giving me the vibe that I wanted when it all was together. So then I went to Big Dripper, which is a keyboard, more of like a There's that little pop to it that I really like. Now it gives it some texture, which I like. And it puts the piano structure of the chords kind of in the background. And then Liquid Dreams is actually the last thing I found, but I always love a pad just to kind of cushion the whole thing, kind of like a pad. And so I like that it's pretty atmospheric. It sounds really nice on your headphones. And so I assume people listen to podcasts either out loud, kind of on a computer like this, or in their headphones. I want it to be like a pretty pleasant experience. Then of course, bass. So yeah, I went with just your basic fingerstyle bass. I like the vibe. There's something about it that just feels very like non-threatening. And then I decided to go with an acoustic guitar. Yeah, surprisingly, a little bit of an arpeggio moment. The sound is very much like an arpeggiator, and I figured I could just play and create an arpeggiator movement of my own. There's a little bit of a delay. So yeah, the perks of programming and being able to quantize gives me the kind of feel that I want. And then last but not least, this is actually a bit of a surprising thing for me. My favorite part about Logic is that it comes with drummers that are dynamic. So you can change both how loud, how simple, how complex and soft you like it. And usually I would stick for this kind of vibe that I was going for. Let me actually mute this before I forget. I would go for probably more of a songwriter vibe or electronic, but I clicked on R&B. I just had sort of a vibe, and I love just this jam of, there's something that feels very modern about that groove, and just how much empty space it leaves for the bass to really just kind of land. And then you can see, the Big Dripper has that. So I'm a big fan of it overall. I think it's certainly got a very unique flavor and texture. I don't know if it's good, but it's certainly my composition. I do have this kind of weird, kind of kooky idea of how textures should be, and it's always because I start, like, usually I'm a composer in the sense of like I do write primarily on piano, and I don't really think of an arrangement at all when I write songs. I figure that'll come down the line as I figure out and hear exactly what I want to do. So when I write primarily on my DAW, I always get surprised by kind of what I end up choosing and ultimately what inspires me from the next thing to the next. Like, I know if I'm gonna start on piano, I want to include bass, and then I'm going to want to include some sort of pad, and I know I'm gonna want drums. So there is certainly a bit of like structure and expectations from my mind, but I am kind of going into the creative process with no expectations, and just whatever comes out, which I really like. And yeah, I always come up with the chord structure and melody / lyrics first. They all kind of happen all at the same time, and arrangement and production is kind of the last thing. So that's why I think all my compositions, in terms of like what a producer would do, like the arrangement of the song, sound so kooky. I would say original. Like I don't hear anybody else kind of making this style of music, and maybe there's a reason for that. I'm sorry, Kate. Well, anyway, now's the time. I gotta go get changed out of my pajamas because I gotta record some vocals, and we gotta take the little pup on a walk. All right, we're going. Look at big stretch. Little boy. Crazy goose. And all right, I'm back now. I know I left you in a bit of a cliffhanger. We went out on the pup walk with Jack, and then I'm back. Well, it's been a couple of months, and in the months since I recorded the thing, and I've been recording kind of all the footage on my phone, I actually lost the footage of me laying down the vocals, and also my reaction footage from finding out that Kate loved it. But if you want to hear about how Kate and I got together, the process of kind of what she liked about the song and just my overall reaction to working with Kate, you can actually hear that on the podcast, where we also talk about how I make money from this project and other projects that I did. I talk about briefly how Kate actually hired me to write this. So she paid me $150 to write this jingle for the podcast. And it's very nice of her to be able to do that, because it not only legitimizes the work that musicians do, even at the jingle level, which is, you know, what a lot of musicians get paid to do. And it's really, really exciting to get paid to work with someone that you really admire. So I just want to thank Kate for the opportunity to work and just put this jingle together for her podcast, and for reaching out to me to do that, and for the opportunity to make something together. So if you haven't, please make sure to check out Kate's podcast, Making Money, Making Art, which I've always loved as a title, wherever you listen to podcasts. And you can listen to our episode where we talk about making theater, how I make money, and just all those questions. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you for some reason haven't followed the lovely Kate Kavanaugh, what are you doing? Make sure to follow Kate, and I will see you next time with a new vlog. I've been sitting on this vlog for literally 4 months. And my hair is a mess. No. All right. Adieu.